Hi guys, this week we are doing a bunch of poses that are usually cool down poses. So bridge, shoulder stand, some supine twisting, which is twisting on your back, and then a reclined butterfly pose. So all of these poses should feel relaxing and really nice, and are usually poses we do at the end of class. So we'll come over to our mats and get started. All right, so the first pose that we're going to go over today is bridge. Bridge is a really gentle back bending option. You can also do bridge with a block underneath your back, which is really nice. We've done it a couple times in class to just support you and really open up the front of your body. And then there's another variation of bridge called wheel, which is a full back bend. That is an option as well if you're into that sort of thing and open enough to go for it. So we'll start laying down on our backs. And we're just going to bring our arms down by our sides, palms face down. Make sure your feet are pretty close to your hands. They don't have to actually touch, but pretty close. And then your feet should not be touching. There should be a little bit of space in between your big toes, about hips distance. When we do a back bend, you always want to make sure that you stay looking straight up towards the sky because you don't want to put any pressure on your neck. And then you're going to press down with your forearms and the backs of your arms. Press down with your feet and just start to lift your hips up. And this is the most basic variation of a bridge pose. You really want to feel like your inner thighs are squeezing together even though they shouldn't actually be touching. And that's going to activate your hamstrings, your glutes, and your low back. Keeping your chin off your chest, looking straight up towards the sky. And then feel your shoulder blades move a little bit more underneath your body so that your neck and your spine has almost like a nice little space to rest in. You can keep lifting your hips higher and higher and higher until it doesn't feel good anymore. And then also you can bring your hands together at your low back, make a fist, and just lift your hips a little higher. It's just an option if you want it. Then you can gently roll yourself back down when you're ready. And I like to windshield wiper my knees side to side to release. All right, and then once you feel good, you're gonna bring your knees back to neutral. The next pose we're gonna do today is shoulder stand or waterfall, your choice. So if you want a waterfall, you're just gonna send your feet straight up towards the sky. Flex your feet, hands can stay down by your sides. You're just gonna stay here just like this, probably for at least 10 rounds of breath. So your inhales and your exhales. This is an inversion, so it reverses your blood flow and sends all of the blood back towards your heart, which is really good for your lymphatic system and your immune system. And then if you wanted to, you could also find shoulder stand from here. So you bring your hands to your hips and just start to roll up onto the tips of your shoulders. And if you do find shoulder stand, you want to make sure that you never take your hands off of your hips just as a support for your back. When you find shoulder stand, the balls of your feet should be the highest point of your body. So kind of like a little baby flex with the feet. Look straight up. Make sure you're not turning your head side to side. If you want even more, you can start to take your feet behind your head, and this is called plow pose. Your feet might touch, they might not. Pretty stiff right now. And then when you're ready, you'll just gently roll your way back down, take it nice and slow. Back down onto your back. When you get there again, you can put the soles of your feet on the ground. Just windshield your knees side to side. Our next pose for today is a twist on your back. It's called supine. Anything on your back is a supine variation. There's a few different options of twists that you can take depending on how you're feeling that day. So the first one is just to drop both of your knees to one side, stack them on top of each other, send your arms in opposite directions. Another option is that you can take your top leg and start to straighten it. And if you are really flexible, you might be able to take your hand on that side to your foot. Another option is, we'll come back to center, extend your left leg long, pull your right knee into your chest. And then keep your left leg long and start to just roll over onto your left side. And again, you can extend the arms. And one more variation, if you come back to center, you can bring your feet into a butterfly shape, which will be our next pose. And then you can take your right leg over top of your left. And then you might use your right foot to press down. One final variation you might take is to kind of figure four. So cross your right ankle over your left thigh, take your left hand to your right foot and just sort of guide it over towards the left side until the sole of your right foot comes down. And then really press your right knee out into your hand, extend your right arm and look towards the right. When you're ready, come back to center, and we'll find all those options on the other side. So the first one is just to drop both knees to the right, extend your arms, look to the left. Then maybe you extend your top leg out. Maybe your hand comes to your foot, maybe not. And gently coming back to center. Extend your right leg long, pull your left knee into your chest, give it a good squeeze, and then roll over. Extend your left leg out long, maybe extend your right leg and look to the left. Then come back to center. Take the soles of your feet down. Last variation here is to take your left ankle over your right thigh, take your right hand to your left foot, and just start to take it over, all the way down. And then really press your left ankle into your hand. Breathe here. These twists are a really nice way to end your practice. They're relaxing and supportive, but still a nice stretch. When you're ready, just release it. Bring the soles of both feet down for our last pose for today, which is a reclined butterfly pose, or in Sanskrit, it's called Supta Baddha Konasana. The long name. And how you get there is just to bring the soles of your feet to touch, let your knees open up wide. Sometimes I like to take this pose as my Shavasana. It's super supportive and relaxing. If it doesn't feel relaxing, you could roll up a blanket or put 2 pillows underneath your knees as a little extra support. When you're here, it can be nice to bring one hand to your belly, one hand to your heart. Maybe let your eyes close. This is also a pose that tends to evoke feelings of thankfulness and gratitude. So you might allow yourself, when you're in this pose, to feel something that you're grateful for. When you're ready to be done, you just gently close your knees. And that's it. Okay, so as a reminder, we did 4 poses today. They were Supta Baddha Konasana, supine twist, any variation. And we did bridge and shoulder stand, or waterfall for one. So make sure you journal your responses, and I'll see you in class. Bye.